Well, good morning, afternoon, everyone. My name is Mike at Filmboy24, and it's time for Found Film number 97. Wow, we are inching ever so close to the to Found Film number 100. Not sure what we're going to do. We got to do something a little bit different maybe for 100, but let's just stick with 97. Today we have a doozy for you. This is a very interesting and historical find, and you're going to see it next. That's right. This is Found Film number 97. It's part of the Pomona Pack, our infamous Pomona Pack. That's where I got about 50 different cartridges of Super 8 film on eBay from a seller in Pomona, California. They've been very eclectic in their mix, and this one's really no different. This is Plus X 7276. Kodak no longer makes Plus X in Super 8. I don't know. I'm a little saddened by that fact, because I think this is one of the most beautiful black and white film stocks ever produced. At any rate, this was part of that Pomona pack. I've done a few other Plus X's from that pack, and they've come out with just different stuff. Check out the Pomona pack. I'll put a little thingamabob right up there where you can see it. There's a playlist with all of the films from the Pomona pack. It was like I say, a really large lot, and they were Kodachrome, Plus X, and Tri-X. So this particular roll has an edge code on it, and the edge code helps us determine when the roll was manufactured. This one has an edge code of a plus, a square, and a triangle, which puts it manufactured in 1995. Now, I know that's accurate because I know the exact day that this film was shot. I even know some of the people that were in the film, with special thanks to our one of our probably most valuable channel members and supporters, Mike over at Flyin' O. See, I posted a sneak peek of this film on my members only section. If you want to be a member, it's $5 a month, and you can help support what I do here. Just look in the description. There's a link. So he was able to identify not only like when and where this film was shot, but also who was in it. And we're going to get into that in just a second because I'm going to show you the film. I do have an email in with a curator of a memorial museum type place, a World War II museum. We'll talk about that in a second. But in the meantime, let me show you the film and then we'll talk about it. Here it is. Okay, let me unpack, if I can, exactly what you just watched. Well, you watched a film. It was a little overexposed, which is relatively common when I develop these old Plus X films. But what it was an unveiling of the 49th Fighter Group marker, or big, like, placard, stone placard, behind the Proud Bird restaurant near the Los Angeles airport, or LAX. Now, we did have another film or two, I think there were two, in this Pomona Pack, where there was the mounting of a warplane in front of or near the Proud Bird restaurant as well. I don't remember exactly. If I can dig them up, I'll put those found films up here for you to check out also. So what this was, that was a P-38, a Lockheed P-38 Lightning plane from World War II. The plane had the photo on the nose of it. That photo is of Marge Bong Drucker. Her husband of only 6 months was 24 years old when he died in a plane crash in 1945. He died not in the plane that was deemed his warplane, but he died testing another jet plane. His plane that you saw a replica of in the film also crashed, I believe in 1944, involving another pilot. That plane was lost and never recovered until last year, 2024. 80 years later, the plane was finally found, which is pretty neat in itself, in Papua New Guinea. Interesting. I don't know a lot of the history behind the actual plane crash itself, other than it was not Richard Bong that was piloting the plane. At any rate, his then girlfriend, when he put the photo of the girl on the nose of the plane, was his then girlfriend Marge, or Marjorie. They married, and they were married about 6 months before he died. This particular film that you just watched was from December 4th of 1996. The first speaker that you saw was, and I feel like he was an Oscar winner. It's Cliff Robertson. Now, if you don't know who he is, you know who he is. He's been in a lot of films. He was an amazing character actor. He played Uncle Ben in the Spider-Man series, the first 3 films in that series. So dig back a little bit and you'll remember him. That was him speaking and very initially at the beginning of the film. We had Marjorie there, Marge Bong Drucker, and then we also had a colonel from the 49th Fighter Group named Colonel Cecil Jones. And I know all this thanks to Mike, Flying O. He directed me towards he gave me the information, but then a little research, and I found a page that shows the exact date and time that they unveiled this. So very, very neat information. Sadly, Marjorie Bong Drucker passed away, I believe, in 2003. I believe she passed away in 2003. So this is, 7 years after they dedicated the ceremony. Am I doing my math properly? 8 years after she passed away. Like I said, I do have an email in with the curator of the Richard I. Bong Historical Museum. I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it's in Wisconsin. Have not heard back yet. I emailed a couple of weeks ago as of this recording. I did call the museum. I talked to a wonderful lady who answered the phone and gave her the entire story. She seemed very interested, gave me the email to the curator, and again, I'm just waiting to hear back. Interestingly enough, the curator at the time of my phone call was in Papua New Guinea, so not exactly sure what she was doing over there, but I kind of await her response, and hopefully we can get this film in front of her, and maybe they can enjoy it over there at the museum as well. I did process and scan this film myself. That's what I do. That's what I do. I processed it in something a little bit different. I still used HC110, but I used the H formula this time, which is 1 part developer to 63 parts water. So a lot more diluted than my B formula, and I did it at 67 degrees for 9 minutes. I was trying to overcome a little bit of the overexposure that I've been getting a lot of with this film. Didn't really work, but it still developed just fine. As you notice, there was a lot of hot spots, some brightness. The film is, you know, it's old. What are we at, 30 years old now? So, you know, it's not going to look perfect. It's not going to look like film that was shot and professionally processed and professionally scanned yesterday. This is the kind of results we expect. This is what I enjoy doing. I don't like to see these films end up in a landfill. I'd rather see them presented to the world and enjoyed the way they were meant to be to begin with. I have no idea who shot this film. Could it possibly be Darius Anthony? We talked about him in some detail earlier within the Pomona Pack. Check it out. You know where to find the Pomona Pack playlist. So I don't know. I'm not positive if it was him that shot it, but whoever did it has some contract or some interest in the Proud Bird restaurant, which is sort of a mecca of World War II or just warfighter planes. I hope you enjoyed it. I sure did. If you have some old found film that you don't know who shot it and it says exposed on the side of it there, I'd be happy to process it and scan it for free with a caveat. It stays with me, it becomes my property and I archive it. And I also have the sole discretion whether or not I'm going to use it on my YouTube channel or not. And I'd be happy to send you a digital copy for free. Outside of that, if it's film, like old film that you found that your grandpa or your parents shot or something like that, I can process and scan that for you as well. I do not use that on my channel typically, but I do have to charge you for that. So email me, filmboy24@gmail.com, if you have something of interest, film related. Well, if you enjoyed this episode of Found Film, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it if you would, yeah, just hit the thumbs up button for me. It would mean a lot to me, and it helps my algorithm and sort of gets these found films out in front of more people. Or aliens, or Martians. Subscribe if you think I did a good enough job that you want to see more found films. That's the best I can sell it. Until the very next time that I see all of your beautiful faces. Whoop, there's the one. That's it. I'll see all of you on the very next go around.